Hello. The book I'm going to be reading today is on the computer, unfortunately, because I didn't have access to be able to get this book. But the book I decided on was My Community Long Ago by Bobby Kalman. So the first thing that I would ask, as I was showing the cover of this book, it's a old timey photo um, of it's basically from like Pilgrim's time. Um, and I would ask the students, what do you notice in this picture? What are the people doing? And I would let them discuss. And then now I'm going to begin reading. What is a community? A community is a place where people live and work together. My community long ago looked different than it does today. Come visit my community long ago. My community long ago was a village. A village is a small community. This village had buildings, roads, and farms. The people who lived there helped one another in many ways. Family homes. Today, people live in different homes. I live in an apartment. My apartment home has 9 rooms. My friends and I are reading in my bedroom. In my community long ago, some homes only had 1 room. People lived together in a big kitchen. They cooked, ate, played, and slept there. And then I would ask what they noticed in this photo. And the photo is showing one giant room where there's no bedrooms or anything. It's just all one giant room with the kitchen, um, and then the bed, and then the living room. Places to shop. I like going. I like going to the shopping mall. It has many kinds of stores. You can find almost anything there. I like the clothing stores and the toy stores. In my community long ago, people shopped at general stores. They took things such as eggs to the store and traded them for other things such as cloth or dishes. What I would do now is ask students, how are these stores different than the ones you see now? And there's photos of both current stores, what they look like now, and stores that what they look like long ago. Places to learn. I go to a big school. It has many classrooms and teachers. My teacher teaches the class. At school, I write my schoolwork on paper with a pencil. My community long ago had 1 classroom and 1 teacher. It was a 1-room school. Children do their schoolworks on slates. Slate. There's a photo of it showing what a slate is, and then what the kind of pencil they had. What I would ask is, what do you notice different about this classroom? And how is this classroom different from our classroom? Fun at school. How do you have fun at school? What games do you play at recess? Do you play any of the recess games that these children played long ago? So they had skipping games. It shows it on the computer. And then they had the ring toss, clapping games, leapfrog, and games like dodgeball. They actually played that back in the day. Growing food. Farmers are people who grow food. To explain the food in my community, we buy the food at the supermarket. In my community long ago, most people grew their own food. Schools grew vegetable gardens too. Many people in my community today have vegetable gardens. Do you have vegetable gardens at your home or at school? And then that would obviously be a question within itself. I would let the students answer that. If they don't really pick up on the fact that I want them to answer, I'll look at them and be like, do you guys have any at home? Or do we have one here at the school? Clothes. I have a lot of clothes. I wear different clothes every day. On special days, I like to dress in my best clothes. Most children long ago only had 2 outfits. They wore one every day and the other one on Sunday. Boys wore pants, shirts, and straw hats every day. Girls wore dresses and aprons. Aprons kept their dresses clean. Working together. People in my community work at jobs. They are paid money for the work they do. They buy the things that they need with money. This family has just bought a home. There's a photo of them buying a home. In my community long ago, people helped one another build homes and do other big jobs. After working together, people ate, danced, played games, and had a lot of fun. The work parties long ago were called bees. Travel now and then. In my community today, people travel by car, subway, plane, and bus. My friends and I travel to school in a school bus. In my community long ago, there were no buses, cars, subways, or planes. People walked or traveled in wagons pulled by horses. In winter, horses pulled by sleighs. Horses pulled sleighs. No machines. Name all the machines you know that help people do their work. My community long ago had no machines to help them. People made their clothes and furniture by hand. There were no washers or dryers. People washed their clothes by hand and dried them in the sun. So once we got done, I would ask the students, what is one thing that was different in the past? And then what's one thing that's different today, or the same today?